Hello and welcome back to Girl Tries Games. For this Let's Try, we'll be playing Dragon Age Origins. This is one of my all-time favorite games. I've actually probably only played it all the way through about twice, but I've definitely started it many other times, and I've decided to do a final playthrough before the upcoming release of Dragon Age Inquisition. We'll see if I could get Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 done before then. But you know me, I am kind of slow. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. I'm so excited, and yeah, hopefully we'll get it done by then. Just to warn you, this game playthrough that I'll be doing does have some mods in it, but they're mostly just like aesthetic mods, nothing game-changing really, I don't think. I can't really remember how many mods I have in there and which ones. If you want a list, I will look into it, but otherwise, yeah, we won't worry about it. So, let's get started with a new game. And we're gonna play Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Awakening is like an expansion onto it, so we'll play that after the main game. Alright. And now the big question for me is always, what kind of character will I play? And so is the Golden City blackened, with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies 8:13. So that seems biblical, religious.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late, for I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
So evil is afoot. So that explained a lot of the background of what's going on in this. That the Darkspawn are a blight on the world, and they're coming back, basically, to make a long story short. Alright, so the background you select will determine which of the 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. Okay, so the reason it's called Dragon Age Origins is because each there's 6 different combinations you could play that will each have a different opening, and then it'll kind of meet at a similar point and go from there as a pretty similar game to all the other backgrounds. So you can be male or female. Men and women are generally regarded as equals, which is cool. You could pick your race. You have human, the most numerous yet most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Alright, and then there's elves. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging on impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests, welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages. And we didn't look at the human racial benefits, but the elf racial benefits are +2 willpower and +2 magic, so that it's like D&D kind of where you get bonuses. And the humans is +1 strength, +1 dexterity, +1 magic, and +1 cunning, so they're kind of more well-rounded, I guess. And then there's the dwarves, who are rigidly bound by caste and tradition. The dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough, and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. Racial benefits, +1 strength, +1 dexterity, +2 constitution, 10% resistant to hostile magic. So my biggest problem here is that I like playing as a dwarf, but I also like playing as a mage, but you can't be both. The other ones have all 3 options, but I also like playing as a human, so I don't know. Well, let's look at the classes. A warrior is a powerful fighter, focusing on melee and ranged weapons to deal with their foes. They can withstand and deliver a great deal of punishment, and have a strong understanding of tactics and strategy. Specializations for a warrior include Berserker, Templar, Champion, and Reaver. Class benefits are +4 strength, +3 dexterity, and +3 constitution. Then we have mages. Wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent, you know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind. Okay, so that's a mage. And then we have a rogue. Rogues are skilled adventurers who come from all walks of life. All rogues possess some skill in picking locks and spotting traps, making them valuable assets to any party. Tactically, they are not ideal frontline fighters, but if rogues can circle around behind their target, they can backstab to devastating effect. Rogue specializations are Ranger, Bard, Duelist, and Assassin. And their class benefits are +4 dexterity, +2 willpower, and +4 cunning. So, you could see that with each background I changed it to a different, with each class it changed to a different background. So, as a human, you could be a human noble, born to wealth and power, second only to royalty. You find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. Okay, so that's the background you would start with if you were a human warrior or a human rogue. As a human mage, however, you would start in the Circle of Magi. Oh, sorry, I read the Magi description instead of the mage description. Let's read about the mage. As dangerous as it is potent, magic is a curse for those lacking the will to wield it. Malevolent spirits that wish to enter the world of the living are drawn to mages like beacons, putting the mage and everyone nearby in constant danger. Because of this, mages lead lives of isolation, locked away from the world they threaten. Specializations include spirit healer, shapeshifter, arcane warrior, and blood mage. The class benefits are +5 magic, +4 willpower, and +1 cunning. So like I said, well, I guess it's not true. I don't really like to play as a mage as much, but I think story-wise, it's way more interesting. Not to give away any spoilers, but the mages are very politically charged. The whole, in this Ferelden world, or this Thedas, I guess. Thedas is like the world, Ferelden is the country we'll be in. So yeah, if you've ever seen any of my other videos, I tend to spend a lot of time on character creation, so I'm just going to fast forward through it so you don't have to sit through my hour-long character creation. Alright, here we go. Okay, I think I've got her. This is Serynn Amel, and she's a human mage, and my idea for her is that she is... So, mages have to start out in the Circle Tower, as we saw from the description, and my idea for her is that she is very resentful for being stuck in this Circle Tower, and but she doesn't really have a choice. So let's choose her voice.
I've lost concentration.
Which I feel like gives a good sense of the personality.
I should do something else. Excuse me.
Except they don't really talk that much.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. I need some other attack.
That sounds a little old.
Move aside.
Greetings.
I have lost my concentration. It is unharmed.
Excuse me. Fare you well.
Charmed. I lost the spell. Well now, this does nothing. Shoo!
That sounds like, kind of ditzy.
Farewell.
Greetings. Ugh, my spell. My weapon does nothing. You're in my way. Goodbye. Don't be foolish.
Alright, I think I like violent or wise.
Greetings. I have lost the spell. My weapon does nothing. I need buy, please. Till we meet again. Are you quite sure?
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. Move aside. Till we meet again.
Greetings.
I don't know anymore.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work.
Greetings.
I think let's go violent.
Ugh, my spell.
She has like a warmer
My weapon
voice.
does nothing.
And we barely hear the voice anyway. Alright, so there we have her. You can see her with her little cocky face in the portrait here. I like giving them something more than just the default face. Oh, and I was gonna say that I think a lot of the hairstyles and colors that I have here are mods. So yeah, they might not be in your game. And if you want a list of the mods, let me know in the comments, and I'll add a list of the ones that I have installed. Alright, so let's give her her attributes. We have points to spend. So, strength gives physical prowess, and it's mostly important for warriors. We don't really need it as a mage too much. Yeah. Dexterity is the measure of agility, reflexes, and balance. This is kind of useful, but it's more useful for like rogues and dual weapon fighting and archery. Willpower is definitely important for us. For mages, it's a deeper mana pool, which means that we could cast more spells. So let's put a point there. Magic, obviously, is important for mages. It's it's crucial for mages since it directly increases a character's spell power score, which determines the potency of all spells. So we definitely want to point there. Cunning. How well a character learns and reasons. It's not essential for mages, but I like to have it because I like having combat tactics and yeah, and for her personality, I feel like the mage that I want to have would be a cunning mage. Alright, and constitution I think is really important because it's the amount of health you have, and while we're definitely not always going to be in the front line, I don't like to die that much, and I'm playing this on hard. We'll see how that goes. If it's too hard, I'm going to switch down to normal, but I'd like to have some more life so we don't die all the time. Alright, now we have a point to spend on skills. So we have coercion, stealing, trap making, which I've never actually played a game where anybody did traps, which might be interesting to try. I don't know. Is it any use? I feel like I'll forget about it. Survival, which I guess, yeah, gives you some nature resistance, and you detect the presence of nearby creatures. Sorry, I didn't explain what these other ones were. Coercion is what it sounds like, being able to talk people into things. And if you're more strength-based, then you would be a more intimidating character, and if you're more cunning-based, you'd be a persuasive character. And then stealing is just pickpocketing. You could like walk up to people and pickpocket. Herbalism, we already have a skill point there, which is making potions and poultices. Poison making is something else I also never really did that much of in any other game, so that also might be interesting to try. We have combat training, which it allows us to take more damage before it interrupts our spell casting. And then we have combat tactics, which I'll show you in game. It's really helpful. I think for now we'll just get combat training, which is a good, I think, like baseline to start with. Okay, and here we can buy spells. I think this one is a mod that someone made, that branch. Maybe so is this one. Yeah. So these two are mods. They're not part of the real game. So I won't level that up yet. Here's the Primal School of Magic, which has Flame Blast, Rock Armor, Winter's Grasp, Lightning. Here's the Creation School of Magic, which has Heal, which I always love to have. Heroic Offense. There's a lot to choose from, and they're all really complicated to read about, so I'm not going to go into that yet. But here's the Spirit School of Magic, which has other things too, and the Entropy School of Magic. I think I will start with, well, we already put one in Heal, and I think I'll start with I like this Drain Life. Okay. So I'm gonna play it on hard. Hopefully it won't be too hard. Let's go.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the Harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the Harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
Alright. Is there any other option?
There is tranquility.
Is losing all your magic an option? No. I have faith that you will succeed.
Know this, apprentice. If you fail, we Templars will perform our duty. You will die. This is lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The Harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
Alright, so it's do or die time. So if you followed what they're saying that mages are torn from their families at a young age in order to pretty much be to harness their power and to teach them to serve. Is to serve man and not to rule over him, is what he told us. So this is our test to prove that. Oh, and these are all DLC things that are popping up here. But we're now sent into the Fade, the realm of dreams, in order to prove that we are ready to become a Circle Mage and no longer be an apprentice. You can see there's floaty places off in the distance. And it is paused because we have this little light here attacking us. So let's go kill it. So you could see that the codex was updated. I think after each, I don't know, there's so much codex, and I think it's important to know these things as you play, so I don't know if I want to read them out loud to you during each video, but maybe after I'll have an addendum video or something to each of them. To read the codexes that popped up in that video. I think that might be the best idea, but that's going to be a lot of videos.
Now's better than later.
Oops, why did it stop attacking? Why did we stop attacking it?
Alright, alright.
Alright. Let's move onward through the Fade, through our test.
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
No, it's not right at all.
But they keep doing it, don't they? We get treated like rabid dogs, and we let them get away with it. It's always the same. But it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you? Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me, well, Mouse.
Not your real name, I take it?
No. I don't remember anything from before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
So, how long do I have?
I don't remember. I ran away and I hid. I don't know how long.
Okay, well, what am I supposed to do?
There's something here, contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
Okay, well, why pit me against such a creature?
A question for those in the tower. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to ask. Maybe someday, so will I. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago. But you may have a way out.
Alright, so the Templars are gonna kill us if we fail.
A dangerous spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
So we have to face a demon and, resist it.
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
Alright. Well, we don't want to go there yet. We're not ready. And there's a little wisp. So let's fight it. Shimmering orb of light. So we found this shimmering orb of light, and it helps restore some health. Oop, and we're getting attacked by another one. I don't know why it keeps stopping attacking.
Can I get you a ladder? You can get off my back.
Hey. Alright, we got a new codex entry. I really think, though, maybe I will read it for each one, just because there's so much information that I think is really important to the game. No, that'll be a really long video. We'll just do separate videos. If you're interested, you can watch it. I'll link it below.
Another spirit this way. It never seemed...
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, and to be sent unarmed against a demon.
So, again, remember, I decided that this mage is going to be very bitter about what she has to be put through just because she is a mage. I agree, but I don't have a choice.
Indeed. The choice and the fault lies with the mages who sent you here. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
What kind of spirit are you?
I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat.
Alright, did you create all of these weapons?
They are brought into being by my will. I understand that in your world, mages are the only ones who can will things into being. Those mortals who cannot must lead such hollow,
empty lives.
Alright. Would one of these weapons affect the demon?
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
Alright, so he wants to fight us. Seems that you'd prefer to kill me yourself. It seems like he's trying to... He might be the demon, maybe.
How dare you accuse me? I am no demon preying upon helpless mortals to steal their essence. I am a being of honor and valor. I am a warrior.
Whoa, man, calm down. Then prove it. Help me.
You are insolent. But your will is unquestionably strong.
Thanks.
Very well, mortal. You prove to me that you possess the strength to resist this demon. Go. Prove your worth as you must. I am confident you will succeed.
Awesome. Alright, so we received an item. We received Valor's staff. He gave us a staff that we can use that will give us a little bit more damage to our spells. A lot of this other stuff is, I think, DLC or mods. I think mostly DLC. Oh, like this is a article of clothing we can wear that gives us a lot more benefits than what we're wearing right now. So you can see on the left little square, the apprentice robes is what we're equipped with right now, which is only +1 magic, but the vestments of the seer here in our inventory gives us +9 willpower, +6 magic, +10 armor, and +12% spell resistance, which I really like, so let's put that on. Oh, and it looks prettier too. Yes, we want that for sure. So yeah, you can see the different categories here. And that orb of light is what we picked up earlier. Alright, now we're in a nice, pretty dress. Alright, let's move onward. With mouse, we can hear him squeaking around behind us. There he is. Uh-oh, we have a spirit wolf.
Now better later.
Now we have a staff to help us do better. Oh, and there's another
Got it.
one.
Breaking a sweat already? Ha! I'll get on.
Oh, hello, spirit wolf.
That's you! Now
Alright. Killed those spirit wolves.
Be cautious. There is another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
Aha, here's a sloth demon. Let's talk to him.
So, you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps left.
Thanks for the confidence, sloth demon. What kind of spirit are you?
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. Oh, I tire of you already.
Okay, why are you called sloth?
I am a spirit of sloth. Yes, a creature of the fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying.
Are you talking about dreamers?
Many mortals dream. They come here often, but you are not one of those. You are
aware, a mortal with power and will, the sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I'm disinclined to begin such a struggle.
Alright, lucky me.
Indeed. Now, what do you want with me?
I need your help to defeat a demon.
You have a very nice staff. Why would you need me? Go, use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why, most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide?
You could help me fight the demon.
It's true. I am quite powerful in this form, when I wish to be.
I welcome the opportunity, if it is my choice. The mages in the tower are quick to volunteer others, as you well know. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear, if you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
You can't just suggest something and then change your mind.
I can't. You have so much to learn about the Fade, little mortal.
Well, he wants to learn. You should teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
Alright. Sure.
Truly? Well, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Alright. Seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. I think so our choices, if you can't read it, are a desert, a boat, the moon, a map, an idea, and a dream. I think it's a map.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
Alright, rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. The options are a handle, my tongue, my temper, my breath, intelligence, and a sword. I think it's my tongue.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
So, often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. And the options are an annoying riddler, a liar, music, a book, a spider, or a dream. And I think the answer is a dream.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no?
Indeed.
But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear? It feels heavy.
Close enough. Go then, and defeat your demon, or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
Alright, so he has taught Mouse to become a bear.
I've taught the mouse, do not persist in bothering me. I'm tired.
Alright, so now that we have a weapon and Mouse is all buffed up, I think we might be ready to face the demon.
Foolish creature.
Oh, but we have all these spirit wolves after us.
No better than to attack.
We have a Mouse to help us. And you could see Mouse is there fighting with the wolves. We could heal Mouse. Oops, I don't want to be Mouse. We could also be Mouse if we wanted. Let's see. He's fighting. Not be Mouse, but we can control Mouse.
Yes?
Give him some healsies.
I'm sorry. Have I too quick?
And he needs healing again.
For you?
So now we could. Oh, he has no powers. All right, let's get the one that's at his back. All right. Heal up, Mouse. Heal up. Get ready for fighting with the demon. Alright, let's go to this place where Mouse told us the demon manifests.
And there is a spirit of rage.
The spirit of rage.
And so it comes to me at last. Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul.
Let's see. It's 2 against 1. Do you really want to fight us both?
Amusing. Have you not told it of all arrangement, Mouse?
What, Mouse?
We don't have an arrangement. Not anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules?
I'm not a mouse now, and soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
Alright, so here's the demon fighting us. Let's go over here.
As I rip
And let's
you apart.
attack him. There's some wisps fighting us. Oh no, it's started to attack us. So let's be Mouse and attack him from behind here with rage. What does rage do? The bear becomes enraged, gaining a bonus to strength and penalty. Oh, it's activated. It's not a actual move. So okay, let's heal Mouse.
All right, all right.
He is almost dead. Sap the life from the demon. Arcane bolt him. Let's go over here. Give him a few more zaps. Hopefully that'll take care of him.
You did it! You actually did it! When you came, I hoped that maybe you might be able to, but I never really thought any of you were worthy.
I'm on fire. Well, thanks, Mouse. The ones you betrayed before, what were their names?
What? They were not as promising as you. It was a long time ago. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember my own name. It's the Fade, and the Templars killing me. Like they tried with you.
They tried to kill me? Alright, so what do you think you can get from me?
You defeated a demon. You completed your test. With time, you will be a master enchanter with no equal. And maybe there's hope in that for someone as small and as forgotten as me. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
Okay, so he's sounding like he wants us to help him get out of the Fade. So, let you in?
Back? Help me back! They killed me, right? Just like all who fail in here. They'll kill you too. Can't you feel the sword at your neck? They believe all magic evil, the Fade evil. Once you are here, you become what they fear.
Like you. Were you ever really an apprentice?
What? Yes, of course. I mean, I think I was. Isn't that enough? It should be enough. For you?
Maybe they are right about you. Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride.
We're still on fire.
Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
So it turns out Mouse was the one who we had to worry about the whole time. But we managed to pass the test. We didn't give in to him.
Are you alright?
I'm still on fire.
Say something, please.
Oh god, the fire never ends. Where am I?
You're in the dormitory. Take a deep breath. You're safe. Oh, I'm glad you're alright. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night.
We've been
I've
gone
heard
all
about
night and we're
apprentices
still on
who
fire.
never come back from Harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
It was harrowing. Ha ha ha.
Is that why they don't tell us what it's about? I know I'm not supposed to know, but we're friends. Just a little hint and I'll stop asking, I promise.
I had to enter the Fade.
Really? That's it?
And if a demon possesses you, they'll kill you.
That makes sense. They want to see if you can resist the demon and stop yourself from becoming an abomination. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me.
Yep. And he cut out. When he doesn't know when they'll call him for his harrowing. Don't worry so much about it.
Really? That's it. You know, I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
Doesn't everyone go through a harrowing?
The tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's what happens.
Oh yeah, the tranquils. Let's see,
You've seen the tranquil around the tower. Like Owain, who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
Did he choose to become tranquil?
He's been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
So no emotions, how's that possible?
The Fade is the dream realm. Maybe it's a side effect of being cut off from the Fade. No dreams, no emotions? Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak. And sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
Alright, what for?
He didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you'd never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Did you hear anything? Is she all right? Is she awake?
Why do you
We
care?
took damage.
Are you best friends now?
I'm just curious. That Templar, Cullen, said it was the quickest, cleanest harrowing he'd ever seen. He says she's very talented and very brave.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
What's
I
that
just know I'll
supposed to
be
mean?
terrified when my time comes. Like Wendell was. He'd throw up every day for the next week just thinking about it.
They're talking about me. Alright, so we were on fire that whole time, taking damage. So we can loot chests here. This is lyrium dust, and you get a small amount of mana from it. So Jowan came and he's worried about his harrowing, why they haven't called him yet, because he's been here longer than we have. And he also told us that the first enchanter is wanting to speak with us when we wake up. There's some more lyrium dust in the bathroom. You can see the toilets. They were just talking about me, saying that Cullen, the Templar, said it was a quick and smooth harrowing.
Hear what? I heard they suspect someone of dabbling in blood magic. Why would anyone do something so stupid? That's a death sentence.
Because blood magic is powerful. You can bend others to your will and force demons into your service.
That's what I hear anyway.
Blood magic. Someone's doing blood magic.
Got it.
Here's Lesser Lyrium Potion, which gives us even more mana. Mana. See if there's anything in this bathroom. Buckle of the Winds, which is a belt that gives us some defense and some armor. We could put it on. This belt. So we can find things like belts, necklaces, rings, gloves, boots, helmets, weapons. All sorts of things that we can equip. Alright, so let's find the first enchanter. There's a bookshelf or a cabinet. Let's see what's in there. More lyrium potion. Will be nice and handy. We're not going to go down there yet. Here's some bookshelves with blank vellum. So this is pretty much useless, but we can sell it later, I think. So let's just take it.
You must control the fire with your will. Keep the flames steady.
We are in the library.
You don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
Injuries? But...
Steady. It reacts to your emotions. If you panic, it will... No. Breathe.
It's kind of like we were a second ago.
You know, in my experience, flint and tinder works just as well. Maybe we should start with that.
He's on fire and he's an apprentice, and we just graduated from apprenticeship.
Can you tell where I burned off my hair? Is it very obvious?
I hope you've spoken to the first enchanter. He seems eager to see you.
So sometimes the game crashes while I'm here in the library. So if I walk in a certain spot, so I'm gonna stick to the sides.
Chantry says about magic.
Magic must serve man, and not rule over him.
Very good. And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me?
Only...
Hey!
He said only boys can do magic.
No, that's not what it means.
It means that magic should be used to help people, but we can't use our magic to force people to do what we want.
That's right. We should not abuse the gift the Maker has given us.
Alright, so you can see that from an early age they are told not to use magic against people.
Concentrate. Hold the shield. If I had put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited. Should you face a demon with your will wavering so, it would consume you. Is that what you want?
No.
Then stand firm and know you can resist whatever I throw at you. Again.
Alright, some more apprentices are practicing. Alright.
Did you hear the rumor about someone being a blood mage?
I did. What does this one have to say?
Congratulations on your test.
Thank you. Alright, let's go upstairs. Alright. Here's Owain, who Jowan was just talking about.
Welcome to the Circle stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
What is it like having no emotions?
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
That seems fucked up to me, like a fucked up lobotomy. So, what happened during the rite of tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
And now you are no longer a person.
My body is similar in form to yours, possessing an equal number of limbs, appendages, and internal organs. I perform the same physical functions. My mind is capable of higher thought processes. Am I to be denied personhood because I do not feel as you do?
A person has emotions and you don't.
People feel things to different degrees. One individual may be more empathetic than the next. Some are quick to anger, while others are not. Yet you would not single one out and accuse him of not being a person. My capacity to feel differs from yours, but you also differ from all other beings. You are no more a person than others, and I am no less a person than you are.
Well, for having no feelings, Owain, you sound a little bit defensive. But emotions are essential.
I propose we agree to disagree. Personhood is not measurable. Therefore, we should let this rest.
Okay.
Very well. Goodbye.
Alright. So these guys are all tranquils.
If you want something from the stockroom, you must speak to Owain.
So you could hear their voices are a little bit flat.
Your mentors must be happy for you. You passed the harrowing.
Alright, let's go the other way and go around. Actually, no, let's go this way. Sorry. Senior Enchanter Sweeney.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Are you new to the Circle?
You might remember me as an apprentice. Are you daft? I've seen you in here many times, let's say that.
I'm sorry. There are so many of you, and I get confused. Not to mention, these old eyes are starting to go.
Maybe someone could help you fix them.
You're too kind. I'm old and about to fall apart. Nothing in the world can fix that.
Magic could.
Not any magic I'd be caught doing. Anyway, did you need something?
Just wanted to talk.
I'm not good at talking. Too much chatter makes my head throb. Don't you have lessons to get to? Shoo!
Shoo yourself, ass. Alright, here's a bookcase.
I'll get on it.
And we've got a new codex entry, the 4 Schools of Magic. So like I said, and then I'll make like an addendum video to this video reading all of the codex entries that we've picked up. A section of books appears to be missing. Okay, so we're just collecting a bunch of codex entries, which I think are really interesting.
I'll get on it.
I'm separating the videos so that if you're not interested, you don't have to sit through it, but I'd highly recommend it. I think it adds a lot to the story and the world.
You need something. If not, step back. You're in my light.
Your light?
I'm trying to study. Have some consideration for a fellow mage.
I don't take orders from elves. No. So elves are really oppressed in this world, but we're not going to treat them like shit. You're just an apprentice, not a mage.
I will be soon. I have studied hard, and this opportunity will not pass me by. This is a chance for me to prove I can achieve as much as any human. Many humans believe elves are only fit to be servants.
I don't believe that.
Many humans do. I suppose it isn't entirely your fault. With so many elves living in alienages apart from humans, it's difficult for you to get a true idea of who we are. Ironically, many of us don't know who we are either.
You're elves, what do you mean?
Elves have lived under human rule for so long that much of our history and culture has been lost. As a mage, I have an opportunity to prove myself.
Well, good luck.
If that is how you feel, we have nothing more to discuss. Good day.
He's not sitting on the chair. Elf. Maybe that's why people think you're dumb.
The Chantry would do something before it came to that.
And I've heard that the Equitarians are starting to soften a little on the libertarian position.
Sympathy for the position isn't the same as support. Yet. As far as I know, most Equitarians prefer to remain allied with the Loyalists. You can see why, don't you? Just think of what the Chantry would do if suddenly the Circles were petitioning for more independence, or even a split.
Well, I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
Oops, we interrupted them.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
Thank you. What were you guys talking about?
Oh, the fraternities of the Enchanters. You probably haven't heard of them. It's best not to get tangled up in circle politics. More trouble than it's worth, really.
Alright, tell me about the fraternities.
They're found in all circles throughout Thedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to. Then there are the Chantry apologists, the Loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money. And the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then of course there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
And what do you belong to?
Well, if I had to, I'd say I was an Equitarian, but I ducked out of the fray a long time ago. Most of the senior enchanters are Equitarians. Irving, Wynne, Sweeney. Ulrid's a Libertarian, and a loud one at that. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do?
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Fair enough. Good day to you.
Alright, so we got a new codex for the Fraternity of Enchanters.
Hello. Were you looking for something?
Who are you?
I'm Njal, a mage just like you. I've seen you around, haven't I? I must have.
What were you talking about?
Oh, the fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town far away from the mundanes who hate us.
Well, why don't you go off then?
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the Circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
Alright, tell me about apostates.
If you leave the Circle, you become an apostate. And the punishment for leaving is death. Pretty grim, huh?
Yep, and that's why our chick is pissed. She doesn't like having only the option of prison or death. There must be mages who aren't part of the Circle.
I've heard of hedge witches who've managed to survive on their own, eluding the Circle for a lifetime. But if the Templars discover them, well, you know what happens. Then there are stories about the Dalish elf clans having great magic. But who knows what's truth and what's fiction when it comes to the Dalish?
Alright, I should get going.
Alright, have a good day.
Bye, Njal. Another codex entry that we'll read in another video. And another one. See, there's so much to learn about this. So I'd highly recommend watching that video. Alright, let's move on to the next room. There's an armoire with some lyrium dust in it. This just looks like a big bedroom. There's smaller bedrooms with another buckle of the winds, which is the same belt that we're wearing already, but let's take it. We could either use it later or sell it.
All right, all right.
And another buckle of the winds. Buckle of the winds everywhere.
Ah, there you are. You are to be moved out of the apprentices' dormitory, and these are to be your new quarters. The Tranquil will move your belongings this afternoon. Go on, make yourself comfortable.
Awesome. So we have a new room. It's our own little private-ish room, unlike before when you saw we were in that bunk bed with a bunch of bunk beds with a bunch of different people. Hey,
Everyone's
roomie.
so happy for you.
Thanks. He's gonna be my new roommate.
Irving wants to see you. Get going.
And so is she, and she's all stern. Alright, let's see what's in the next room. Hi, Cullen.
Oh, hello. I'm glad to see your harrowing went smoothly.
Why are you stuttering?
What? I'm fine.
So this is Cullen.
I'm just glad you're alright, you know?
Who, those girls were talking about would say that we did a great job. Would you really have struck me down?
I would have felt terrible about it. But I serve the Chantry and the Maker, and I will do as I am commanded.
Alright, maybe we could go elsewhere and continue our discussion. Wink, wink.
Elsewhere? What do you mean?
We should get to know each other.
Oh, my goodness. If you're saying what I think, well, that would be really inappropriate, and... Ooh, I couldn't. I should go.
And he takes off running. Well, so much for flirting with Cullen. And here's a necklace. Charm of Still Waters, which gives us electricity damage and electricity resistance. So let's take that, and we could probably put it on. And now we have a necklace that gives us some electricity damage and electricity resistance, even though we haven't really used much electricity
I
yet.
wonder how the King's army fares at Ostagar. I've heard talk of a new blight.
So have we, so have we. Private documents. Pretty much useless, but let's grab them just in case. So many scholars and
I'd avoid
people
Leora
here.
if I were you. She's been rather testy lately.
Who?
Senior Enchanter, Leora, over there.
Okay.
Ah, it's great to see you. It's always sad when an apprentice fails the harrowing.
Well, I'm glad we didn't. Alright, here's Frostrock, which gives the user a small bonus to... Oops. Which gives the units a small bonus to cold. Why is it doing that? Cold resistance. And Deep Mushroom is for stamina, but spellcasters get no benefit from it. And Elfrit restores health. So this is Leora, who that guy was talking about.
Oh, it's you. I hear Irving's looking for you.
Alright.
Ah, this is infuriating. Another batch destroyed. Say, have you seen Owain? Is he in the stockroom?
Yup.
Oh, excellent. He wasn't there last I looked. I hope he still has some cinnabar lying around.
Cinnabar.
When I asked last week, he said he was running out.
Okay. Anything else in here? Alright, let's go in this room. This looks like a church.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm reciting the Maker's blessings. Would you like to join me?
No, I think not.
I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
Are you in trouble?
No, not really. It's just... I don't want to bore you with this.
It's alright, I want to know.
It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us. That maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
Your curse?
Magic. What else?
You're being foolish. Magic is a gift.
Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it.
Let's see. You could ask to be made tranquil. Only a fool would not appreciate this talent.
Perhaps this is just something I will have to suffer through. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
So that shows you what the church's outlook on magic is.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
I guess. So we'll learn a lot more about their religion here in Thedas, in the Codex.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
Hello.
If it isn't our new sister in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is she.
Are you telling people about me?
You're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
Okay, what's he doing here?
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Who are we fighting?
The Darkspawn threat grows in the south. We need all the help we can get.
What are Darkspawn?
They are twisted monsters that dwell underground where the sun's light cannot touch them. They have formed into a horde in the Korkari Wilds and threaten to invade north into the valley. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor girl with talk of blights and darkspawn. This is a happy day for her.
I guess.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The Harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the Circle of Magi.
My phylactery.
You may not remember, but blood was taken from you when you first came to us. This blood is preserved within a phylactery.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the Circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
So what happens now?
Patience, child. You have been through an ordeal. Let us not rush things. It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to
We already
rest.
did.
Or study in the library. The day is yours.
Can I leave the tower?
Not yet. Remember, the tower's walls protect us as much as they protect others from us.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
Does Duncan not know where his quarters are?
Being difficult, are we? You are an apprentice no longer. I expect you to set a good example.
Alright, if that's your command, then I must obey.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Alright, so we got new codex, and we also got some items. So he gave us a staff. So let's equip our staff. He gave us some mage robes, but they're not as good as the ones we already had on. I'm not sure if this was DLC or a mod that I put in. I can't remember. I'm sure one of you guys watching will remember, so you could post it in the comments. We got a ring of study, so let's put that ring on. It gives us some willpower, magic, and spell power, which I'm still not quite sure what spell power actually means, but alright, so Duncan's gonna follow us.
Move along now.
We can't go through there. Alright, so we need to show him to his room, which is probably that big room that we went to that no one was in. Not that one. Here we go.
Thank you for escorting me.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
Thank you for escorting me. Is there something else I can do for you?
So what's happening outside of the tower?
Ah, I imagine you don't leave very often, do you?
Nope, we're not allowed to leave.
I am not a good source of news, I fear. I am preoccupied with the Darkspawn incursion.
Let's see. Let's have him tell us about the Grey Wardens and Darkspawn.
Certainly. I am intimately familiar with these subjects, after all.
Alright. Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
Alright, so he's a Grey Warden, and the Darkspawn are showing up all over the place, which is unusual. Usually they stay underground, and he believes, and he and the Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde. So what's an archdemon?
Darkspawn do attack the surface in ragtag bands, but archdemons are capable of rallying the Darkspawn, turning them into an unstoppable force. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
Bummer. So the king is mustering an army to beat back this threat?
Yes. Perhaps it will be enough if we play our cards right.
Okay, I've heard about Darkspawn sightings, but an entire horde?
They usually move around in small groups, but there are always more of them, lurking underground, biding their time.
Okay, I thought the Darkspawn were destroyed in the last blight.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
Okay. What were Irving and Gregor arguing about?
It is not my place to comment.
Okay, please, I'd like to know.
As I said, it is not my place.
Duncan is not easily persuaded. You can tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Our duty is to battle Darkspawn wherever they appear. We are elves, humans, and dwarves united by this common purpose.
Okay. Well, I'd like to talk more, but I have duties to attend to.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Alright, more codexes to add to our codex video. So I think I'm going to end this first video here. In the next video, we see Jowen's waiting outside to talk to us. We'll head on over to him and see what he wants. So stay tuned for that video, and thanks for watching. Bye.